You have been infected by a dangerous idea. The idea that the goal of human life is to be calm, that safety is the ultimate virtue, that you must lower your cortisol, flatline your heart rate, and protect yourself from discomfort at all costs. Society tells you the script. If you are tired, rest. If you are anxious, retreat. If the world is loud, block it out. It sounds nice, it sounds compassionate, but biologically, it is rotting you from the inside out. The data shows that the modern obsession with relaxing isn't saving your life. It is accelerating your decline. Look around. We have never been safer. We have climate control, DoorDash, and endless entertainment. Yet we have never been sicker, weaker, or more anxious. You are not tired because you're doing too much. You are tired because you aren't doing enough of the right things. You are suffering from a deficiency of danger. By the end of this video, you won't want less stress. You will realize that stress is the only thing keeping you alive. To understand why you feel stuck, look at a lion in a zoo. A zoo lion is safe. It is well fed. The temperature is perfect. It has zero threats. It is also depressed, anxious, and biologically weak. Its muscles waste away. Its hormones crash. This is the zoo animal effect. And if you live in a modern city, you are the lion. For 200,000 years, the human body was designed to solve problems. Thermal shock, hunger, predation. We evolved in a world of scarcity. Our biology expects friction. When you remove those stressors, your body receives a specific, terrifying signal. We are no longer needed. Shut down systems to save energy. This is why retirement is often a death sentence. Have you ever noticed that? High-performing people often wither away rapidly after stopping work, because there is no purpose, and when the pressure is off, the machine turns off. We see this most clearly in space travel. When an astronaut enters microgravity, they enter a world of zero mechanical load. There is no weight pushing down on them, no physical struggle. But without the heavy stress of gravity, the body immediately begins to dismantle itself. Muscles atrophy. The heart actually shrinks because it no longer has to pump blood uphill. Bones lose density 10 times faster than an elderly patient with osteoporosis. Why? Because your body is ruthlessly efficient. It looks at the lack of gravity and says, if I don't need this expensive bone mass to stand up, I'm not going to waste energy keeping it. Comfort is not a neutral state. Comfort is a signal to decay. But don't take my word for it. Let's look at a famous biological experiment. In 1991, scientists built Biosphere 2, a sealed, artificial world in the Arizona desert. It was designed to be a utopia. Nutrient-dense soil, controlled temperature, and perfect lighting. They planted trees inside this huge glass dome, expecting them to grow stronger than anywhere on Earth. And at first, they did. The trees grew rapidly, faster than they would in the wild. But before they reached maturity, a strange thing happened. They started to collapse. They became top-heavy and literally bent over under their own weight. The scientists were baffled. The nutrients were perfect. The light was perfect. Then they realized the missing variable. There was no wind inside the dome. In the real world, wind pushes against a tree. It creates mechanical stress. The tree responds to this attack by building something called reaction wood, tough structural fibers designed to resist the pressure. The wind tells the tree, you need to be strong to stand up here. Without the stress of the wind, the trees never bothered to build their structural support. They grew fast, but they grew weak. They became fragile towers of soft wood. You are the tree inside the dome. Your comfort, your couch, your heater, your easy routine is eroding your root system. And the moment a real storm hits, a divorce, a job loss, a health scare, you topple over. So what is the solution? We need to introduce a new word into your vocabulary: hormesis. Hormesis is the biological phenomenon where a beneficial effect results from exposure to low doses of something that is otherwise toxic. It's the Goldilocks zone of poison. The principle is simple. What doesn't kill you actually does make you stronger, but only if the dose is right. Let's look at the cellular level. Inside your cells, you have mitochondria. These are your batteries. When you sit on the couch and eat sugar, your mitochondria get lazy. They leak exhaust called free radicals, which cause inflammation and aging. But when you stress the body, through intense exercise or hunger, you send a panic signal to the cell. The cell says, "We are under attack. We need better energy." So, it kills off the weak, old mitochondria, a process called mitophagy, and builds brand new, super efficient ones. This is why exercise works. It's not just burning calories. Exercise is literally tearing your muscle fibers apart. That's trauma. Your body repairs the trauma plus a little extra. Vaccines work the same way. A microdose of a virus teaches your system how to fight. Fasting works the same way. The stress of hunger forces your cells to eat their own waste, cleaning out the junk that causes Alzheimer's. This brings us to the most important concept: the difference between fragile and anti-fragile. A glass is fragile. If you stress it, it breaks. A plastic cup is resilient. If you stress it, it stays the same. But biology is anti-fragile. When you stress a human, it shouldn't just survive, it should get better. A callus on your hand gets thicker because of friction. A bone gets denser because of heavy loads. But here is where most people get it wrong. You have to distinguish between the killer and the healer. Type 1. Chronic stress. Traffic, email, debt, the news. This is low grade and never ends. It is a slow drip of poison that never lets you recover. It is like holding a glass of water for 3 days straight. The glass isn't heavy, but holding it that long will paralyze you. Type 2. Acute stress. Sprinting, cold plunges, saunas, intense learning. This is a massive spike, followed by total recovery. Modern life has flipped the script. We have removed the acute stress and replaced it with endless chronic stress. We have removed the wind, but we filled the dome with poison gas. So, stop demonizing cortisol. Without cortisol, you wouldn't be able to wake up. Cortisol is nature's caffeine. To fix your burnout, you don't need less stress. You need to replace the low-grade chronic poison with high-grade acute shocks. You need to become the wind for your own tree. So, how do we escape the biosphere? Here is the protocol. 3 ways to inject hormetic stress starting tomorrow. Protocol 1. Thermal shock. We live in a 72-degree bubble. Break it. Start your day with a cold shower. Not cool, cold. When that water hits you, you will want to panic. That is the point. That panic releases norepinephrine and dopamine. It increases focus by 250%. It forces your vascular system to constrict, flushing inflammation. It tells your body, wake up, we are alive. Protocol 2. Metabolic stress. We graze on food all day. This keeps your insulin high and your body in storage mode. Condense your eating window. Give your body 12 to 16 hours of no food. Let your body feel the mild stress of hunger. That hunger pang isn't starvation. It is the signal for your body to release human growth hormone and start scrubbing the cells clean. Protocol 3. The mental friction rule. Your brain wants to scroll TikTok because it is frictionless. It is junk food for your neurons. You need to introduce friction. Force your brain to do something that feels like grinding gears for 15 minutes a day. Read a philosophy text you don't understand. Learn a language. Do math in your head. That feeling of frustration. That feeling of, this is hard, I want to stop. That is the feeling of your brain growing. That is the chemical trigger for neuroplasticity. If it doesn't feel like friction, you aren't learning. The modern world wants to sedate you. The algorithm wants you scrolling. The food industry wants you weak. They want you to be the lion in the zoo. Rebel against that. Manually inject the wind back into your life. Choose the cold. Choose the hunger. Choose the friction. Stop trying to lower the volume on your life. Turn it up. Because a life without stress isn't life. It's just waiting. And you have waited long enough.